What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today, we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. I tell you what a 24 hours it has been. So much news has come out. Talk about the wage cut, Romero being linked to Barcelona, Moriba's contract, Braithwaite maybe going to West Ham, and how Ronald Koeman really trusts the youngsters in the Barcelona B and La Masia as well. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below and also hit the subscribe button down below if you have not already. And let's get into it. We're going to start off by talking about the center back in Romero. Of course, we all saw him with Argentina winning the Copa America. He was absolutely fantastic. Firstly, talked about in yesterday's video how there could be a possibility he could join on loan with an obligation to buy. But then Romano came out saying it is true that Barcelona appreciate Cristian Romero, but they have not made any bid for the player thus far. The price tag is 55 million euros. Romero has agreed personal terms already with Spurs, but not with Barcelona quite yet. Now, the same guy who started the rumor from the beginning came out again from Sport Italia. He came out in that Barcelona's first offer for Atlanta center back Romero has been rejected, but now they are preparing for a higher offer with a loan move with some transfer, with a little bit of a fee for the loan and also an obligation to buy as well. But then again, Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Barcelona have not made any official or verbal bid for Romero, and there are, different priorities at the moment for Barcelona. So clearly Barcelona are not interested, but again, the rumors still keep popping up. Even Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona would like to incorporate a center back, but it's very, very difficult due to the presence of Samuel Umtiti and Clement Lenglet in the squad. Barcelona considered Cristian Romero interesting, but only offered a loan. Atlanta won around 60 million euros. So Barcelona are interested. They do like the player. They want to bring him to the club, but again, no money. Same story. They went with, offer a loan with a, option to buy. They said no. They just want to test the waters, kind of. So it is what it is. And Romano came out again saying that as of right now, Barcelona are not in talks with Atlanta for Cristian Romero. Only Tottenham Hotspur are in the race as of right now. And I believe at the moment they have reached an agreement for 55 million plus 5 million in variables. So looks like he may end up going to Tottenham. It's disappointing, man. I love seeing him at Barcelona. I think he's a center back that you kind of dream of. That he's very, very young. I mean, like he can become so much better. I think right now, he's probably better. He's clearly better than Lenglet and Umtiti. What I saw in the Copa America from him was ridiculous, and he could still reach a higher level than that. So disappointing. We don't have the money in the end, so it is what it is with Romero. Next topic I want to discuss is another center back is Samuel Umtiti, coming from Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo, and he came out saying that despite being on the transfer list, Samuel Umtiti has intensified his preparation during preseason. Barcelona appreciate his effort. He is trying to reach the best level again, and he has a lot of confidence of being useful to the team. So Umtiti, again, this is the same story we hear every single summer. He thinks that he can stay at Barcelona just because he's working hard during preseason, but when the real time comes, when the actual season comes, he's nowhere to be found. So you gotta cut your ties with Umtiti this summer. I think the club do want to get rid of him, but I think him showing good signs of good physicality and good fitness is very, very good. So we can get rid of him, not to keep him at the club. So we'll wait and see. Any updates on Moussa Ouague? No, he's still injured. He's been out for, I think, coming up a year now. So no updates on Moussa Ouague. Next player that could leave the club this summer is Miralem Pjanic, coming in from Juan Martin from Sport. And he's come out saying that at Barcelona, it is not contemplated that Miralem Pjanic will continue. They are not nervous despite his exit not being finalized quite yet. Barcelona already know that it would take time. The player is the first one to change up scene. So the player wants to leave. Barcelona want to get rid of him. It's very, very evident that Miralem Pjanic will leave the club very, very soon. The big question again is when? Will it be before, the start of the La Liga season? And what will happen? Will it be a loan? Will it be a straight transfer? Will we terminate his contract and pay him 1 year of his salary? How will he leave this club is the big question in my mind. So we'll wait and see. But again, Pjanic's departure is looking very, very likely. Even Fabrizio Romano came out on his Twitch saying that at the moment, Juventus are not negotiating for Miralem Pjanic. They are negotiating for Manuel Locatelli, and he is the priority. Pjanic's future could be decided in August, but it's not only about Juventus. So right now, Juventus want to bring in Miralem Pjanic and Locatelli. But right now, the priority is Locatelli, young, fresh, for the future. That's what they want to bring in first. And I'm hearing at the moment that deal is stalling quite a bit, and it could not happen. Even the Sassuolo president, the president of the Locatelli's club, he came out doing an interview saying that it's easier for Pjanic, it's easier for Juventus to sign Pjanic than it is to sign Locatelli because they're asking for ridiculous money. I think it's same for Romero, like 50, 60 million. Juventus are trying to, negotiate, trying to, add some add-ons, all that sort of stuff. I think they offered a loan with a mandatory buy of 50 million. They rejected that. So we'll wait and see. Right now, the priority is Locatelli for Juventus. After that, it will be Pjanic. Again, Allegri hinted that he wants Pjanic to come. He wants a right-footed free kick taker to come in. very, very clear that he only wants to go to Juventus PH as well. He rejected Roma, Inter Milan, some other offers as well. He only wants to return to Juventus. So watch this space. We'll wait and see. But I think in the end, it will happen. My big concern is how will it happen? Loan, transfer fee, termination of contract. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Another player who could leave the club this summer is Martin Braithwaite, coming in from Sport, saying that Martin Braithwaite is closer to West Ham. West Ham will pay Barcelona around 15 million euros, with the agreement between the clubs practically done. Only agreement between the player and West Ham is missing. But unfortunately, ESPN Samuel Marsden came out saying there's nothing happening right now between Martin Braithwaite and West Ham at this current stage. And with the Deportivo come out saying that Martin Braithwaite maintains the idea of continuing at Barcelona. He will only accept the proposal to leave if it's an interesting sporting project and they offer him a higher salary than what he earns right now. Can you blame him? Can you really blame him? So what we need is for a club to come in, make a decent offer, and that club has to convince Martin Braithwaite. They have to offer him more money than what he earns right now. Currently, Barcelona, he earns, I think, around 80 to 90K a week, maybe closer to 100, somewhere around there. So they're going to have to offer him more than that, and then they have to agree with Barcelona as well. There's no way Martin Braithwaite can stay. We got Antoine Griezmann, Aguero, Depay, Ansu, Dembele, Messi, and then it's him. He's 7th in the pecking order. I get it, you're like, yeah, the best club in the world, but you're not going to play. You're 7th in the pecking order for the attackers. You're 7th. Like, you can even say, maybe there's even an argument that Collado should be ahead of him. So we'll say like 7th or 8th. So he's got to go. I think maybe he just wants to wrap up preseason, then go, but we'll see. I think once the offer comes in, though, Barcelona will push him out because they know. Look, we're already overbooking in attack. You think, Dembele does not want to sign a contract renewal because he's already overbooking in attack, and you want to keep Martin Braithwaite. I think Barcelona. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. I think Joan Laporta is holding on to Braithwaite just in case Dembele does not renew. Maybe Ansu Fati's injury is more serious. Maybe Antoine Griezmann leaves. I think he's holding on to him for that reason, just in case. But I think in the end, Martin Braithwaite will leave the club. Now, we do have an update on a player who, wants to stay at the club but doesn't want to sign a bloody contract renewal, and that is Ilaix Moriba, coming in from Mundo Deportivo. And they've come out saying that there are several clubs interested in Ilaix Moriba, especially from the Premier League, but no official offer has been made yet. Chelsea or Man City will be willing to push hard for him this summer. So again, I said this, I think on Monday. This week will be decision week. We're currently on Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. Then the week is over. I think by the end of this week, we will know what will happen with Moriba. I think it's a 50-50 right now, whether he stays or not. But Barcelona's contract is on the table. It's up to him whether to choose it or not. So this is time for Moriba. We'll have to wait and see what he does decide. But again, if he does leave the club, if he does not sign a contract renewal, this summer, the club will sell him 100%. Because it's either you sell him or he sits on the bench for a year. So we'll wait and see on that. But very, very, crucial times coming up for Moriba's renewal. More on that coming in again from Mundo Deportivo, saying that Barcelona are running out of patience with Moriba's situation. The last meeting was surprisingly slow down. This offer will probably be Barcelona's last offer. The club is pessimistic and don't understand why it's taking so long. So again, the club have done so much to keep Moriba. They've bumped up his contract, made the contract length short, give him extra little more money, and they're just getting frustrated now. Like, look at Nico Gonzalez, look at Alejandro Balde. We made the adjustments that they wanted and they signed. You're making the adjustments that you want, and yet you're still asking for more. You're asking for more within what you can chew on, right? Apparently, he's asking for triple his salary for crying out loud. So, again, decision time. This next up and coming days is going to be absolutely crucial. He will decide soon, and we just have to wait and see. If he says no, the club will try to sell him this summer. Around 20 or 30 million is what they want for him, which I think is a pretty good price for not even a Barcelona B player on paper. So we'll see what happens to Moriba. But again, by the end of this week, I think we'll have a good answer on that. Now, of course, on the wage cut, one of the biggest problems at Barcelona have proposed Piqué, Busquets, Jordi Alba, and Roberto to pay 60% of their salaries in the upcoming season. The remaining 40% will be paid in the next 2 or 3 years, which are left in their contract. So pretty much, Barcelona have proposed to them a 40% salary cut, and that 40% will be paid back to them later on. So this is what I think. This is what I don't understand, right? You hear all the news, they don't want to cut their wages, blah, 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 blah. You're not really cutting your wages. You're just, putting some of that money aside. You're going to get it back at the end of the day. Just help the club out, for crying out loud. Of course, these players, I think, will. Busquets, I think Piqué already agreed to it 100%. Roberto will as well with that contract renewal in there. Jordi Alba's a little bit, right now. But like I said, the captains will slap him up and he'll agree to it soon. But you hear all these rumors, Pianchi doesn't want to reduce, doesn't want to reduce, Griezmann may not want to reduce, Coutinho may not want to. You're getting that money back. You're just, taking less at the moment. Let's say, for example, I have a contract with Barcelona saying that they owe me $10 a year, right? Let's just say hypothetically. They're probably going to come to me saying, look, we can only pay you 6 right now, but we'll give you that 4 later on, like in the next year or so. So you're getting that money back. So I don't understand why they're always, complaining. But anyways, they proposed to this. They made the offer to the captains, and hopefully they do accept it very, very soon. Now, Rack1 have come out saying that this morning, well, not this morning, yesterday morning, there was a meeting with the agents of Busquets and Roberto, because I do believe they have the same age about their salary reduction. The players consider they've already made a big effort in the fall. So apparently the players like, look, we already cut a lot in the fall. We don't want to cut again. Again, you're going to get the money back. Just help the club out for a year. That's all we're asking for a year. Not asking, if there's, like you say, cut your salary permanently, okay, there's an argument. I'll admit it, okay, because you have like a contract with Barcelona that you signed and you want that money. Makes sense, right? But they're going to give you the money back. They're just saying, look, we can't give you all the money right now. Just take a little bit now. We'll give you the rest later. And they're still, complaining and whining, all that sort of stuff. So I think in the end, the captains will accept it. The big question is the other players, your Coutinho's, your Pjanic if he does stay, or if you end up staying. Those type of players are the ones that, really causing the club trouble at the moment. And Javi Miguel also came out saying that Barcelona had proposed Piqué, Busquets, Jordi Alba, and Roberto to pay 60% of their salaries in the upcoming season. The players do not want to take such a large pay cut, as they already had taken a big wage cut under the Bartomeu administration. So Javi Miguel coming out backing both those statements, and I just like I said, I don't understand why they're always, complaining about it. 60% still not that bad. It's not like, 40% or 50%, but it's, I think the captains and the players are taking the situation a little bit too much out of proportion, because at the end of the day, you're going to get the money back. It's not like the money's being, taken away from you, permanently. It's taken away from you, just for now. So I just really don't understand it. They want to get paid, but the club can't really pay them. So we'll see what happens with it. Now, on Roberto, there are reports of him maybe going to Bayern Munich, coming in from AES, saying that Julian Nagelsmann likes both Serginho Dest and Sergio Roberto. Of course, Nagelsmann is the new Bayern Munich coach, but Dest has no intentions of leaving, which is good. Roberto is valued for his versatility. Bayern Munich would like a loan with an obligation to buy. Whether he will stay or leave is still undecided. Now, when this report came out, we had no confirmation from Spain, of course, not from Spain, no confirmation from Barcelona sources. Of course, AS is a Madrid-based newspaper. I think if Bayern Munich do offer a loan with an obligation to buy, I think Barcelona will accept it. The question is, will Sergio Roberto go out to Bayern Munich and play there? I'm not quite too sure. But, of course, on Dest, Fabrizio Romano came out confirming this, saying there's absolutely no chance that Sergio Dest will leave Barcelona this summer. So that's confirmed. Now the big question is on Sergio Roberto. Now I'm going to ask the live chat. If you're watching live, let me know down in the comments quickly. Would you accept let's say a loan fee of maybe 2 or 3 million, then an obligation to buy for, let's say, 15 million? Would you accept that? Let me know in the chat quickly. But I think the club will accept it 100%. But for me, the big question is, will Roberto accept it or not? I don't think he will. I think he'll say, I don't want to go out for a new challenge. I want to finish, the prime of my career in the city that I grew up in, the club that I love. So I don't think he'll accept it. Some people are saying any day. Of course, everyone's saying yes in the chat. We already knew that. But of course, you're not going to get the money this summer. You're going to get it next summer. But in the end, you'll still get the money. So we'll wait and see what happens with Roberto. But I don't think he'll accept the offer. I think Barcelona will. Then he'll say, I don't want to go. I want to stay. So we'll see. Now, Ronald Koeman has requested a meeting with Joan Laporta to discuss all these, situations of the wage cut and the transfer fees coming in from sport. And they come out saying that Ronald Koeman will meet with the club's hierarchy on Thursday to discuss several issues, including the remainder of the transfer window. So, of course, on Thursday, we play in Austria on Wednesday. Then we go back to Barcelona on Thursday. So on Thursday, Ronald Koeman has requested a meeting with Joan Laporta to figure out, the situation of the wage cut and the transfer window that's left, what we're going to do with it. Are there players going to be coming in? Are there who's going to be going out? Who's the priorities of leaving? So we'll wait and see on that, because that meeting, when a coach requests a meeting with the president, that means he wants to get some information out of him. Now let's get into some of the news surrounding the club over the past 24 hours. Firstly, Barcelona have renewed their sponsorship with Allianz until June 2024. To celebrate that later on today, when we play, not later on, in the next hour or so when we play later on, they will have that badge where the Becco is on the shirts to say thank you, I guess, for renewing. But we have renewed our contract with Allianz until June 2024. Also, the club released a statement on the Super League yesterday. Of course, and the court hearing was yesterday, and the court ruled in the Super League founders' favor. So Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Juventus will not be punished by UEFA in any way, shape, or form. We will be in the Champions League next season. They can't punish us. They can't take away some of our funding. Let's say Barcelona win the Champions League next year. Ya Allah, please. Then we will get full funds. We won't get cut because we tried to join the Super League, none of that stuff. And the club releases a statement saying that, look, we're very, very happy with the decision by the court. So again, Joan Laporta has done it again. What I tell you guys, never doubt him. We stayed in the Super League for a reason, and this is why, because he knew that they would win the court case. So there we go, and we won't be banned whatsoever or get any punishment of any way, shape, or form from UEFA. Now, there was a player in the training yesterday for the first time ever, and it was Sergio Aguero. He went to Barcelona, had his first training session. He was actually supposed to come back on Monday, but he came on Thursday, which was, of course, not Thursday, sorry, Friday, which was, of course, a few days earlier. So nice to see that commitment from a player, especially a new player. He was due to arrive for preseason on Monday, but he had to set that to Esportiva today or yesterday to start training for the new season. He only had just 19 days off, which, by the way, is very, very small for a player. So that shows really his commitment to come in there, come early, get the fitness back up, and hopefully he can make an appearance for the Joan Gamper. I highly doubt it. I think maybe he can come on for 20 minutes, but I don't think for Aguero coming late, that tells me that he probably won't start the season. Maybe same with Messi as well. Messi's still not back yet. And speaking of Messi, let's talk about Messi real quick. So yeah, Messi's schedule is on the screen coming in from goal. They said that Monday he'll return to Barcelona, undergo his COVID test. Tuesday will be medical tests, and then Wednesday and Thursday will be individual training. Then Friday he will join the team training when they come back from Austria. So I don't know how Messi's gonna start in La Liga. Let me just check the date real quick. So because Friday is August the 6th, and then we play a week later against Real Sociedad. So you're telling me Messi's going to play a week after vacation? I don't think so. So now the big question is, who's going to be the front three for that game against Real Sociedad? You're probably thinking Depay, Griezmann, Braithwaite or Collado pretty much. So that's going to be Barcelona going to have a tough start to the season, especially with no Messi and Aguero in the starting lineup, because they're not going to be fit by then. You can play them, of course, when they're not injured, but they're not going to be fit by then. So that's going to be a big concern. And on Messi's renewal, we do have an update from Ronald Laporta himself when he was going to the Camp Nou yesterday. The reporters asked him how's it going with the contract renewal. He said that everything is going well as planned. Everything is going on the right track. So again, Ronald Laporta assuring us that the contract renewal of Leo Messi is on the right track. And again, now I didn't really realize this when I was making the news, by the way. This is going to be a big concern. No Messi, no Aguero to start off the season. I mean, they can start, but they won't be fit, right? So they can come off the bench during that game, but they won't start that game. That's going to be a big blow for the first few games of La Liga. Messi and Aguero probably won't play those games due to being in the Copa America final, which was absolutely amazing, by the way. But anyways, the new player that has arrived yesterday was Emerson. He arrived at the Camp Nou yesterday. Today he was taking pictures, taking some videos, and his presentation will be on Monday. So not tomorrow, but after tomorrow. Monday, we'll have the presentation of Emerson as a new Barcelona player, and he could play the game against He could play in Austria against RB Salzburg. The question is, will he travel? I don't think so. So I think same thing for him, by the way. So he probably won't start the season off either with Barcelona. So we're looking at Des and Jordi Alba in the fullbacks. If Jordi Alba is still redeemed fit, it could be Alejandro Balde. But anyways, the arrivals of the sides now are starting to come in. We got Aguero trading now with Barcelona, and Emerson is now in Barcelona to do his presentation on Monday. Now, just to end off this video, I want to talk about the cover of Mundo Deportivo last night. It came with the headline saying Koeman's Golden Boys. And it goes on to say that the Barcelona coach especially likes Alejandro Balde, Nico Gonzalez, Demir, and also Javi. He's delighted with the youngsters and wants to have them in the first team if needed. So let's talk about those players. Firstly, on Javi, Ronald Koeman has given chances to the 16-year-old Javi, and he has returned with great performances. Barcelona don't want to put too much unnecessary pressure on him. He is expected to be an important part of Barcelona B, but could join the first team training. So again, Javi will not be promoted. Of course, we heard these reports say that he's higher than Ricky Push in the pecking order. I don't really think that's true, to be honest. I think Javi will be a good option to come on in the Copa del Rey games if there's some injuries, stuff like that, or maybe some tactical switch. Who knows? But again, he will stay with Barcelona B. He will not be promoted to the first team quite yet. I think this will be his second or first season with Barcelona B. So again, the most important thing for him is the player, because right now he ain't getting in the starting lineup of the first team of Barcelona. Most important thing is to keep him playing, so he will stay with Barcelona B. Demir as well will also stay with Barcelona B, again coming in from Mundo Deportivo. David came out saying that Barcelona trust on Yusuf Demir is clear. In training, he has not only surprised the coaches, but also his teammates. Demir will be registered in the Barcelona B team, but his presence in the first team is open and will depend on upcoming performances. So again, Demir will not be. I don't think the club will rush to promote any of these players, because once you promote them, they can't go back and play with Barcelona B. So let's say, for example, Demir doing well so far in preseason, but then again, Dembele shows up and lights the world on fire. Azvedi comes back and he's the golden boy again. Demir has no chance of playing, so you want to keep that option open for them to play in Barcelona B. So again, similar to Have, he will stay in Barcelona B, will not be promoted, but again, will join every first team training session and can play those niggling games when there's injuries, the Copa del Rey, all that sort of stuff. So watch out for that. Also, the next player, Nico Gonzalez, Nico Gonzalez coming in from Mundo Deportivo again. They've come out saying that Nico Gonzalez surprised Ronald Koeman last season, and he continues to dazzle. The coach considers him as a future replacement of Busquets, and they want him in the first team dynamics. His development has been very good recently. So right now, the club see Nico Gonzalez as the heir to Busquets in that CDM position in the 4-3-3 lone pivot. It's not a bad option, but then again, you don't want to rush to conclusions, and the club know that as well. The club are smart, right? They're not going to go promote all these youngsters, and then, they won't end up playing, right? And then they end up maybe going out on loan or something. Nico Gonzalez will stay with Barcelona B. He had a very, very good season last year with Barcelona B. He'll stay again, but this season we'll see him a lot more in the first team training sessions, and maybe he could play some games to give Busquets some rest against maybe, an Elche at home or Levante at home. Could play the Copa del Rey as well the first few rounds. That's the thing about the Copa del Rey now, right? Since they moved since they're not, 2 legs anymore, it gives less chances for the Barcelona B players to play, which is quite unfortunate. But again, I think we'll see him a lot on the bench in the, La Liga games, Copa del Rey. He could break through if he gets some injuries, but he is the one to look out for that CDM position. And finally, Alejandro Balde, who I believe is probably the Barcelona B player who's most likely to get promoted next season, and I believe he will have a lot of promise in the first team as well, coming in again from Mundo Deportivo. And they've come out saying that Alejandro Balde has convinced Ronald Koeman, who already rated him highly, but didn't want to put extra, burden on the youngster. Alejandro Balde will be registered as a Barcelona B player so that he plays regularly, and he will be called up to the first team when required. So, of course, Alejandro Balde will be the backup to Jordi Alba next season at left back. So expect to see him a lot. But of course, he won't be on the bench every single week. You'll have Dest. So what will happen is, 2 fullbacks will start. Let's say, for example, Dest and Jordi Alba. You'll have Emerson on the bench. If Emerson has to come in because someone's injured, so if Jordi Alba gets injured, you move Dest to left back. Emerson comes in at right back. If Dest gets injured, it's a straight swap at right back. And then Alejandro Balde will come back onto the bench in the next game. So I think he will have a very, very good chance of playing next season. We're just, 1 injury away from him being in the starting lineup. So watch out for Alejandro Balde. I do believe that if he performs well, he could even get promoted. I think he's the Barcelona B player at the moment who is very, very likely to be promoted. A lot of people are saying Inaki Pena in the chat. I think he'll get promoted 100% or go out on loan for him. Depends on the sale of Neto. So if Neto does leave, Inaki Pena will be the 100% promoted and will be the backup to Ter Stegen. If Neto stays, Inaki Pena will be loaned out. So right now, theoretically, he is a first-team player. He's not been officially announced as a promotion player. So it's on the future of Neto. If Neto leaves, he will be promoted. They'll say, look, he's promoted. Here's his number 13, sure, woohoo. If not, he'll go out on loan straight away. He will not stay as a third keeper. That will be Arnau Tellez. So Inaki Pena, he's still waiting on his future at Barcelona depends on the future of Neto. But back to Alejandro Balde, for me, he has the biggest chances of getting promoted from Barcelona B to the first team this up-and-coming season and will have a lot of promise as well. Mingueza has already been promoted, so that's already official. So he'll be a first-teamer 100%. So that's the end of the news. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Of course, make sure you subscribe down below and leave me your thoughts down below in the chat as well. You talked about Romero coming in as center back. I think it's very, very likely. Braithwaite sale, would you sell him or not with us being overbooked in the attack? The wage bill, what are your thoughts about that? You think the players are being a little bit, stubborn about reducing their wages even though they'll get that money back in the future? And of course, your thoughts on Ronald Koeman on, him favoring the youngsters this season. And I'll see you guys later. I think the live stream is supposed to be starting in an hour and a half. Live watch along. Barcelona do play in a few hours against Stuttgart in Germany. We've been seeing a lot of the training videos over the past few days. They're all happy, and now the game is coming up. It was actually on the verge of being canceled, but because Stuttgart had some positive COVID tests, but the club were like, you know what, we got to play this game because we don't have any other games to play. Because if you cancel this game, we'll have RB Salzburg and Juventus. So only 4 preseason games, which is, very, very little, by the way. You need, I think, at least 6. We already had the Man City one being canceled due to the, not being able to raise money for charity. So this game will go ahead and it will kick off in about an hour and a half time as I'm live streaming this. So I'll see you guys for that live watch along. But of course, more importantly, this is a news video, so make sure you leave me your thoughts down below on the news. And of course, subscribe, drop a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, and Forza Barca.